The starting lineups for Brown would be guard Brandon Anderson, the leading scorer for the Bears. Zach Hunsaker, the guard, also one of the best three-point shooters on the team. Then you have Joshua Howard, the fourth best scorer, 6.8 points per game. Temeneng Cho, the guy that more than likely Gino Forge will try to neutralize the most, last year's Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. And also at forward, Matt DeWolf, the fifth best scorer on the team at 5.8 points per game. O'Cherry, along with Cho, it's going to be the tip-off, and it'll go to Latimer, and then back to Foreman as Stony Brook wins the tip. Latimer gets it, now left wing Garcia. Latimer back, driving to his right, pull back. O'Cherry, top of the key, dumps it off to Foreman. Foreman going to his left, trying to find inside Foreman, and then it's able to reclaim it. Here is Gee. Gee trying to find O'Cherry down low and picked away by Anderson. Anderson driving to his left side to the cup, and reverse layup, no good, and looked like it was off of DeWolf. Last will go back to Stony Brook.
Here's an interesting note. Elijah Olanani is not on the starting lineup, but it's going to be Mo Gee instead. Elijah Olanani is ready to play, but this will be an interesting move from Gino Forge. We'll see how it affects this game.
Thanks for catching that, Zach. So, yes, Elijah Olani will come off the bench, it appears. So, top of the key, Foreman into the left post. Here is the elbow, O'Cherry. O'Cherry goes back to the right. Gee on the right wing, being doubled. Now trying to find Garcia, crossed over right to left. Jumper, mid-range, back glass, no good. And rebounded by Howard. And then give it back to Anderson. 1 minute taken play and no score yet here at IFCU Arena. Here is Anderson, top of the key, DeWolf. Into the corner, Hunsaker. Hunsaker to find Cho. Cho with Garcia on him. Cho going inside. Left hand, no look pass to DeWolf. DeWolf misses the easy bunny. And rebounded by Gee. Here's Foreman past the timeline with his left hand. He'll pull it for three from the top of the key and book it.
Mikhail Foreman's been sharp so far most of the season with his shot from beyond the arc. And a good job right there to put Stony Brook on top first.
Mikhail Foreman, the most three-pointers so far. It's his 27th of the year. Came in at 26 of 32. Foreman trying to get the steal. Here's Hunsaker taking it to the cup. Stops, throwing it back to Anderson. Anderson trying to get it going. Pops and stops. Now to DeWolf, top of the key. Here is Cho. Cho driving to the left inside. Nova pass, Howard for three. And they respond. Joshua Howard knots it up at three with a three from the right wing. It's tied up with 18 minutes left to go in the first half. Here's Garcia, spin move on Howard, taking it inside. That's a big man, and now rebounded by Cho. Now here is Cho taking it down with Gee on him. Top of the key again, here's Howard. Back iron, no good, rebounded by O'Cherry. Here's Foreman who takes it. Top of the key, Latimer going to his left, trying to find Gee. No, he'll dip it off. No, he'll keep it into the left corner. Now gives it to O'Cherry. O'Cherry deep on the elbow. Now outside the three-point line, he'll dump it off to Garcia. Garcia, razzle-dazzle, now back to Gee. Gee going to his right, attacking, stopped, pump fakes, and can't get the roll. Rebounded by Howard for Brown. And here's Hunsaker. Hunsaker to Anderson. Anderson, top of the key, being contested by Latimer. Three. Now here is DeWolf inside with O'Cherry on him. DeWolf attacking and fouled underneath either by O'Cherry or Garcia. But if you look at Brown right now, they really don't have any size. DeWolf, their biggest player at 6'9". And then you have O'Cherry at 6'11", and then Gee at 6'9".
See how the stature of Stony Brook tries to help them with playing defense, but right there it doesn't really serve well.
So here is Matt DeWolf. And makes his first free throw. He has season high 10 points in the opener at Bryant. He's only shooting, that's only his second free throw of the year that was made. He's 2 of 3 now, came in 1 of 2 on the year. Averaging 5.1 rebounds a year. He averaged 10.4 points and 6.3 rebounds as a senior at North Mount Herman as he converts the second free throw. It's 5-3 Brown with 17 minutes left to go in the first half. Foreman, dump it off to Gee, left elbow. Dump it off to Alani, checks in for three. Yes, sir! That's how you make a statement coming into the game. The second leading scorer in the Americans, Elijah Olani, gives the Seawolves a 6-5 lead.
Call that literally coming into the game right there. He just checks in for Jeff O'Cherry, and that's how it happens.
Anderson Cho looking to respond for three. He connects. Temeneng Cho guy not really shoots well from deep, almost 44%, and he gives the Brown Bears their second lead. It's 8-6. Brown. Latimer inside, trying to go up against Anderson. Deep rebound by Garcia. Three-pointer for Foreman. In and out, no good. Strong rebound by Cho for Brown. Cho past the timeline with the right, trying to pull up, take it to the paint inside on Gee. Trying to lay it up and got it over. Mo Gee, like a Rajon Rondo layup inside. Brown's got a 10-6 lead. Here's Foreman. Left wing, dumps it off to Garcia. Garcia then to Olanihi. Olani being doubled in the left wing. Dumps it off to Gee. Olani again for three. Same spot, same result. 10-9 Bears, but Olani already coming in for not even a minute, and he's already got 6 of the 9 points for Stony Brook off the bench.
Hard to imagine why he wasn't in the starting lineup, but when he's immediately in there, it's all about the pressure.
Here's Anderson trying to find a Wolf inside. Oh, Anderson will keep it, going up and in and converts. A little early to call, but it went in anyway. And Brandon Anderson, the leading scorer, gets his first bucket of the night for Brown. Latimer, top of the key. Now going back towards his left, looking for Foreman in the back door. Nothing's there. Here's Olani. He's hot. He'll take another three. Contested. No good. Rebounded by DeWolf of Brown. Now Hunsaker has it. The Utah native. He'll dump it back off to the Mahwah, New Jersey native Brandon Anderson. Josh Howard, top of the key. Now back to the left wing. Hunsaker, top of the key to Anderson. Backdoor cut, nothing there. Looking Anderson, looking to his right. And you'll find Howard, 10 on the shot clock. Howard dumps it up to Hunsaker. Good defense by Foreman on the dump off. And we'll have our first media timeout of the game. 14:42 left to go in the first half. The Brown Bears have a 12-9 lead over the Stony Brook Seawolves. Jim Ferchland and Zach Wilson here giving you Stony Brook men's basketball action live on 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. We'll hear the voice of our own Ken Furman back at WUSB Studios. Ken, it's all yours. Back to you.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome, everyone, to the WSB Sports Update here for a quick timeout here. Ken Furman alongside for today's special edition, Kyrie Moore. We'll hear a bit from her later today. But first, let's start with some NCAA basketball action. And we'll focus on the America East. A lot of finals earlier today. UMass Lowell improving to 5-6, defeating St. Francis Brooklyn 94-63. Meanwhile, Binghamton defeated Boston University 84-79. That one went in overtime, where Sam Sessions dropped 40 points in that one. Very impressive start to his season. Meanwhile, we saw UMBC fall to St. Francis, PA there, 63-60. It was a back-and-forth contest, but Isaiah Blackman dropped 21 for St. Francis. That was the difference maker there. And Maine versus Central Connecticut. It was Maine with the big win, just holding on 66-64. And Quinnipiac just defeated UNH 75-67. In women's action, we saw Vermont defeat Kansas 76-53. Siena defeated Albany 52-46. NJIT defeated Hartford 61-52. And Harvard defeated Maine 69-40. On to some quick top 25 men's basketball action. We're seeing Illinois and Maryland keep this one tight. Illinois is currently up 57-53. Number 15 Memphis and UAB has another tight one. 10:57 left in that contest in the second half, but it's UAB up over Memphis 49-40. And number 25 ranked Utah State and Fresno State keeping this one close. 16:29 in the second half for them. Utah State up 33-32. And with that, we'll be sending it right back to Jim Ferchland and Zach Wilson.
Thank you, Ken. 14:42 left to go in this first quarter. Brown up on Stony Brook early, 12-9. And right now we're seeing Tamanay and Cho start to get it going a little bit, getting some inside game, along with hitting a three-pointer. But Elijah Lunny, surprisingly coming off the bench, he hasn't missed a shot yet. 2 threes from deep, and he's got 6 of the 9 Seawolves points.
Well, it's been a tough game, tough start so far, but it's been getting pretty much of a nail biter here, as you said, with Alani. He's putting up a little bit of a show so far, hoping to do more.
Absolutely. So Brown will get it back. Here is Anderson driving inside. Alley-oop, and he lobs it to Jalen Gainey for the slam. That rim is still shaking. And it's a 14-9 lead for the Brown Bears. Gainey had tied the school record for blocks last game against Merrimack, 7 for the sophomore. Here's Olani taking it to the cup. Pump fakes both, and it looked like it was Gainey who got a hand on that. And also here, Perry Cowan also checks in. Here is Hunsaker for three from deep. Back iron, no good. Deep rebound will take in by Olanihi. Olanihi pulls it and loses it. Here is Cowan. Cowan will dump it off to Anderson, and Anderson lays it in transition. 16-9 Bears. They're on a 7-0 run. Foreman to Pierre Philp, who checks in for the Seawolves. Top of the key, Ocheri, left wing, Garcia. Dumps it inside, Olanihi, left post. Olanihi almost being double-teamed. Garcia in the left corner, charging inside. Here he is to the cup. Contact! Oh, almost converted, but he will go to the line for two. The third leading scorer, Andrew Garcia, will go to the line for 2 free throws. And he tries to cut this to a 5-point deficit.
Stony Brook slacking a little early here, even though they've been putting up some points. Needs to start getting a little more going, but hopefully this foul will help them.
Garcia going to the line, misses the first. Averaged 9.4 points last year. He had his season high, tied his season high last game against Manhattan with 16 points, and he makes the second free throw. 16-10 Bears, 13:33 left to go in the first half. Anderson orchestrating. Now Gainey gets it on the left block. Anderson trying to charge inside. Corner, Cowan. Now back to Cho. Top of the key here is Anderson going right on Phillip. And almost looking for the block there was Ocheri, and deep rebound. Go back to Brown. Cowan trying to dish it off to Hunsaker. Hunsaker will get it back in the corner. Here's Anderson. Great defense by Taven Pierre-Philip. Anderson trying to charge inside. Hunsaker gets it to the cup and is able to get the jumper over the outstretched arm of Jeff Ocheri. Hunsaker's first bucket of the game. It's 18-10 Bears. Foreman will give it to Olanihi, top of the key Ocheri. Now moving the ball very fast and taken away by Anderson. Here is Pierre-Philip with him on transition, and Pierre-Philip gets the rejection. Chase down block. Here is Foreman charging inside, lobbing in, and can't get it to Ocheri, taken away by Gainey.
He needed a little momentum, but right there, it looked like Pierre-Philip nearly gave them a chance, but Ocheri couldn't connect on his attempt for a dunk.
That was a beautiful display of defense there by the freshman. Gainey to Hunsaker inside. Here's Cho, the right side. He's got a mismatch on Foreman. Smaller guy, Cho, jumper, got the touch. And a timeout by Gino Ford here. And looking like this will be another media timeout here at IFCU Arena as the Bears push it to double digits with their lead 20-10 over the Stony Brook Seagulls with 12:06 left to go in the first. Jim Ferchland and Zach Wilson here giving you Stony Brook men's basketball action, 90.1 FM WUSB. Ken Furman, back to you.
Thank you, Jim. Ken Furman here once again in the WSB Sports Studio. Here to give you an update is Kyria Moore. Kyria, take it away with some sports updates.
Thanks, Ken. Right now in America East, we have Townsend versus Vermont. The score is currently Townsend with 3 and Vermont with 5 in the first half. We also have UAlbany and Bucknell playing in Pennsylvania. The time is to be announced. In women's college basketball, we have some final scores. Number 6, South Carolina wins 78-71 with Temple. We have number 16, DePaul, winning 76 against Green Bay, who scored 65. Also in Arizona, we have number 20 Arizona with a final score of 54 against UTEP with 43. Kansas State also played against Arkansas. Arkansas took the lead in the first 2 halves with a final score of 81-72. Number 25 LSU was defeated by Oklahoma in a score of 90-68. UCLA is kicking it off now in the first quarter against CSU Northridge with a score of 8-4. And at 8 p.m. later, we have Oklahoma State playing Texas A&M.
Thank you for that, Kyria. And with that, we'll throw it back to Jim and Zach to cover some more Stony Brook basketball action.
All right, thank you, Zach and Kyrie Moore. Welcome to WUSB. And back here at the arena, the Stony Brook Seagulls trailing the Brown Bears by a score of 20-10. But as of right now, Stony Brook not making a lot of buckets, but Brown's just making shots. But Garcia will get it out of the press, and he'll give it to Foreman. Almost a backcourt there, but Foreman will clear his feet. Here gives it to Garcia. Garcia to the top of the key to Ocheri. Ocheri keeping his pivot. He'll give it to Foreman. Left wing, deep three for Foreman. No good. And rebound will be taken by the offense in Stony Brook and Andrew Garcia. He's in the right corner. Back to Olani. And then here's Phillip. 15 on the shot clock. Phillip trying to get it inside to Ocheri. Ocheri at the block. Driving it inside and blocked by Gainey. Again, his second block so far today. Only 5 shy of what he had last game against Merrimack.
The fact is, it almost looked like there would have been a little contact right there, and no foul was called.
So inbounding it, Latimer. Foreman and Garcia come out for the Seagulls. Latimer and Gee check back in for Stony Brook. 11:32 left, 7 on the shot clock here in this first half. 20-10 Bears.
Yeah, it looks like a foul was called on Perry Cohen, and that'll be his first. So that sets the shot clock back to 20.
Yeah, Perry Cowan was with the foul. Freshman out of Chicago. Went to DePaul College Prep, averaging 2.5 points per game right now. Hit a career high last game with 8 points against the Warriors. Olani gets it on the inbound. The left wing. Dump it off to Latimer. Latimer's been quiet lately. Latimer going right with Anderson, and he lost the ball, and that will be a self-pass, so they called it a double dribble. He was looking for Guy Ocheri on the screen and never got it. And here comes Anthony Oshefu, who will check in for Jeff Ocheri.
Stony Brook having a little tough time here early on, trying to get going with the ball security. They need to have better control of it. They are to keep themselves within this game.
So Anderson will give it to Cowan. Cowan top of the key, trying to find Anderson on the wing. And it's an offensive foul on Brown, as it was David Mitchell who checks in on an illegal screen, trying to set up Brandon Anderson for a three-pointer. But referee saw that he was moving his feet. We'll go back to Stony Brook. So on the floor for Brown, number 13, Josh Watts. Honsaker comes back in. Brandon Anderson takes a seat. Then we have David Mitchell along with Jalen Gainey and Perry Cowan. So here is a great pass inside by Oshefu to find Elijah Olani. He's got 8 already, 10 shy of his average.
Good job by Olani to find an opening right there. They need to get a little space down so they can make good enough spaces for layups.
So it's 20-12 Bears now. Inside here is Cowan. Cowan dumps it to Watts. Watts top of the key to Hunsaker. Hunsaker trying to get some space. Take a step back. No, he'll give it to Mitchell. Mitchell driving inside. Back to Hunsaker top of the key. Driving inside. Pull up jumper. No, gets all air. And Watts gets the offensive rebound. Hunsaker trying to draw contact. No shot clock violation. Taven Pierre-Phil took a shot in the face, but no foul is called. Go back to Stony Brook anyway. Here is Olani, left wing, left corner to Gee. Now gives it back to Phillip. Phillip at the top of the key, looking inside. Nothing there. Gets a screen from Oshefu. Phillip with the floater, no good. And it'll be a foul on Oshefu on the over the back. Probably went over Mitchell. That's his first foul of the game.
It looks like he was trying to reach for that ball, but looks like he drew a little contact right there, the one that he initiated.
So Jordan McKenzie will check in, the junior out of Concord, North Carolina. And here is Cowan with Latimer. Top of the key back to Cho. Cho driving inside. Good defense by Ochefi, who's got a hand on it back into McKenzie. McKenzie going right. Now between the legs, looking toward his right side, gives it to Olani inside. Now here is Ochefu on the block with Mitchell. Ochefu, left-hand layup, got it.
That's a good job by Ochefu to exert his force right there. Play great strength on that play.
Anthony Ochefu, the 6'8" junior, going inside, getting his first bucket of the game, and almost turning it over there for Brown. There was Honsaker, but looked like a Stony Brook Seagulls got a piece of it. So Mitchell and Cowan will take a seat. Coming back in, Brandon Anderson and Josh Mitchell for the Brown Bears. It's Brown 20-14 over the Seawolves. 9:34 left to go in the first. Anderson inside, trying to trail. Here is Watts in the corner for three. Way off the backboard. Rebounded by McKenzie. McKenzie to his left, Latimer. Latimer inside, McKenzie almost in transition. Gives it back to Latimer. Latimer for three in the left wing. And can't get the touch. Rebounded by Cho for Brown. Almost rolled it in there. Hit it everywhere but the bottom of the cylinder. Cho gets it from Anderson. Top of the key. Dumps it off to Watts. Watts going left. Howard, a three in the corner. Can't get it to go. Another rebound by McKenzie. And it looks like Cho is hurt. Got hit in the face maybe as he's limping down the floor. Here is Gee in the right corner. Now Olani, he wants that three. No good. Rebounded by Howard. Olani missed it from the top of the key.
Went a little towards the left right there, and it seems like could have been a chance, but unfortunately for Olani, he was trying to get a little more, trying to keep Stony Brook momentum going, but it didn't go right there.
So here is Anderson from the left wing. 101 with Olani. Cho's got a mismatch with McKenzie on him. He won't use it. Hunsaker 7 on the shot clock. Here's Howard inside. One off his foot. And McKenzie's got it in transition. McKenzie here. He'll give it to Latimer. Latimer back to McKenzie. McKenzie to Gee in the corner. Here is Olani. He got it. His third consecutive triple. He's got 11 points so far in this first half. It's 20-17 Bears with 8:03 left to go in the first.
And a 7-0 run for Stony Brook. That momentum hopefully pulling it through so far.
Here is Howard inside going in. He lost the ball, and Latimer was last to touch it on behind as we have a media timeout again with 7:53 left to go here in this first half. Brown 20, Stony Brook 17. Stony Brook on a 7-0 run, as Zach just said. And Elijah Olani's already got double figures so far for the first ones in this game with 11, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep with 9 minutes of action for the junior out of Newark, New Jersey. Send it back to Ken Furman and Kyrie Moore for your updates. Guys and girls, take it away.
Thank you, Jim. Back again in the studio for another score update here. Vermont and Towson getting it underway. 11:33 left in the first half for them in the men's basketball. Vermont up 7-6. UAlbany and Bucknell finally, after a delay, getting it underway. No score there a couple minutes in. And some more basketball news, more NCAA men's basketball. UAB up on Memphis 53-49 with 5:34 left in the second. Meanwhile, number 25 ranked Utah State down 38-43 to Fresno with 10:52 left in the contest. Number 20 Colorado, number 2 Kansas, they're facing off. Kansas currently ahead of Colorado 15-9 with 11:01 left in the first half. And number 13 ranked Oregon has 13 points, but they're trailing Hawaii 15-13 with 11:12 in the first half. On to some NCAA football action here. First for the CAA, James Madison is going to continue their playoff pursuit. We saw them defeat Monmouth earlier today, 66-21. Ben DiNucci went 20 over 25, 273 yards, and a couple of touchdown throws as well. While UAlbany's postseason will come to an end. An incredible season for them, just wrapping up now after falling to Montana State 47-21 earlier today. Meanwhile, number 17 Memphis defeated number 20 Cincinnati 29-24. And LSU was given a pounding to Georgia, 34-3 on primetime TV. 12:53 left in that one. But we're going to keep it here to some Stony Brook basketball action, sending it back to Jim and Zach.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ken, and welcome back to IFCU Arena. The Seawolves trailing the Brown Bears right now by a score of 20-17. 11 of those 17 points for the Seawolves have been scored by the Newark native Elijah Olani off of 3 threes. And so far, he's been the catalyst for the Seawolves. And if he was not even in this game, Brown be up big.
Well, he wasn't in the starting lineup, and I think that may have been a reason why Brown was up by as much as 10 before a little while ago. But as of right now, as you said, with him leading the way, it's been Stony Brook trying to pull it through. They're within a score.
So inbounding will be Cho. Cho trying to get DeWolf, and he will find DeWolf inside. Here is Anderson. Anderson has it. Now he'll give it all the way to Howard. Top of the key back to Anderson. Here's Hunsaker. Hunsaker will give it to DeWolf. The left block. And they didn't even see the shot clock, and neither did I, and that's a shot clock violation right there.
I was surprised as well on that one. I mean, like, who knows? I mean, like, almost thought for a second that could have been like some kind of error with the shot clock, but it wasn't, and Stony Brook takes advantage of that.
So here is Foreman. He'll give it to Garcia. Garcia top of the key to Oshefu. Oshefu, good position. Garcia inside. Right, give it back to Oshefu. Will take a three. Back iron, no good. And Cho will rebound it. Just to let you know, Oshefu does have one career-made three, and that was this year in the exhibition match with Farmingdale State. DeWolf inside, trying to find the cut on Howard, and Howard was last to touch it. And credit to Mogi on the defense.
Well, right there, as you can see, as you said right there with Oshefu, him unleashing that three against Farmingdale State was something special for him. The junior coming, he is a junior, I believe, right now. His brother, Daniel Oshefu, played with Villanova the year they won the national championship. So Oshefu trying to do something special the way his brother did.
Yeah, more than likely, he's getting a lot of minutes right now as McKenzie will give it to Foreman. Foreman stops and pops. Will give it back to McKenzie for three in the corner, and he rattles it in. Guy who averages a little over a point a game, getting some minutes in this first half. He gets it on a three-pointer and ties the game at 20.
Not common for McKenzie right there, but very important nonetheless for the team.
So here is Anderson inside, wide open. Josh Howard in the left wing. He'll stop, give it to DeWolf in the left block. DeWolf, cross-court pass to find Cho in the corner. Cho, and he is fouled by Garcia defensively.
Almost looked like a traveling violation was nearly called. Stony Brook wanted that, but it looks like with that little force that they exerted right there, that gives Brown another chance to stay with the ball.
And that's Andrew Garcia's second foul so far in this game. 6:28 left to go in the first, as Elijah Olani will come back in and see if he can rack up some more buckets for the Seawolves. Inbounding it, Anderson to DeWolf. DeWolf trying to find Anderson again. Hunsaker, now back to Howard. Howard trying to dump off Howard, going with the left, leading it, blocked by Gee. The leading block shot leader for the America East, lobbing it up to Mogi, who can get up. No layup, that was just a nice pass in transition. And now Stony Brook does not have numbers. They'll run it back to their offense as Mikhail Foreman will orchestrate it. Foreman, spin move, stops, will give it to Oshefu. Foreman inside with the left, leaning in, lays it in, but no basket.
Oh, it almost looked like that was in the act of shooting right there. Unfortunate on that one, even though it is a foul called against Brown. I'm sure Foreman would have wanted that to extend the run for Stony Brook.
Looking at the replay, it looked like that was in the process of shooting. Did not give up his possession, and he was still going in the process of the shot. Questionable call there by the officials. Now, McKenzie will inbound it, top of the key to Olani. Olani will give it to Ocheri, who comes back in for the Seawolves. Back to Olani. Olani with the left, going inside, stopped, and taken away by Anderson. Anderson to the cup and lays it in transition. The leading scorer for Brown gets another bucket. He's got 4.
Like I said, ball security is very important. Olani knows that he's been leading the way for Stony Brook so far, and they need to continue to have any chance to hold on to the possession.
So here is Foreman. He'll give it back to McKenzie. McKenzie on the right wing. McKenzie will give it to Gee. Gee will take a 3 from the left block, and he is fouled by Cho. And Gee will go to the line for 3 free throws.
Well, how about that right there? I mean, Key didn't get that 3, but with that foul, you really don't want, if you're Brown, you really didn't want to do that one because you know how dangerous that can be.
That's Cho's second foul in this game, and yes, he did hit Mogi's elbow on that follow-through. Mogi, his first free throw, up and good. With that free throw, he is now 18 of 24 on the year. That's an even 75% for the freshman out of Staten Island. Junior out of Staten Island, as he makes the second free throw and gives the Seawolves a 23-22 lead with 5:22 left to go.
It's a tie.
In the first. Oh, he tied it. 22-22.
He is one free throw away from putting Stony Brook back up on top.
Gee, third free throw, and misses the last. And rebounded by Cho, who stays in the game even though he's got 2 fouls already. Give it to Anderson. Anderson crossed the timeline. He'll dump it to Hunsaker at top of the key. At the block, here is Cho trying to find Anderson outside. He'll take a deep 3 from the wing. No, didn't even budge rim. And it was between Gee and Ocheri for the rebound. It will go back to Brown.
It almost looked like Stony Brook had a chance right there, but with Anderson, you would have thought that he would have had a chance to hit that one from beyond the arc. Luckily enough for Stony Brook, they just need to play defense one more time, although there is no reset to shot clock, it would seem, since Stony Brook never had clear possession of the ball off that rebound.
Yeah, so 13 on the shot clock. Anderson looking for the inbound. He gives it to Cho. Cho going up against Olani. Great defense by Olani. Went off Gee as Latimer was the closest to the ball, but he would not have the room to secure it on the rebound. So the tie game right now, just under 5 minutes left to go. It's 22 apiece between the Seawolves and the Bears.
Well, after the last timeout, Stony Brook has been the one with a 12-2 run so far, which is why it's a tie game.
Yeah.
They've been finding the rhythm so far, and they're trying to continue to do so.
Cho gives it to DeWolf, top of the key, who dumped it off to Hunsaker. Hunsaker will take a three, and he gets it around the screen from the top of the key. Hunsaker, he's got 5, 6 shy of his average. It's 25-22 Brown. Gee gets it now top of the key against DeWolf. Gee, jab steps going up. Good pass underneath the find for Foreman.
Nice job of Gee reading Foreman on that play right there under the bucket. Allow Foreman to have that space he needed to make right there.
25-24 Bears with 4:25 left to go in this first. Cho gets it now, will dump it off to Cowan. Cowan top of the key to Hunsaker. Hunsaker will give it back to Cowan. Cowan left wing being contested hard by Latimer. Now gives it to Anderson. Anderson with the right wing. 1-on-1 with McKenzie. And now here's Cho for 3, top of the key. Back iron and strong rebound by Gee up top. That's his second of the game. As McKenzie almost lost his footing, give it to Olani, the left wing.
Nearly was a travel, but was able to keep it.
Olani gets it from Gee. Now here's McKenzie jumping it off and gets it back to Olani, and he'll draw the foul. And Olani hit the deck hard, getting the foul there. That's the third on Cho.
And now that puts him in foul trouble right there. He's been one of the leading factors for Stony Brook Brown besides Brian Anderson, and he has 7 points on the night, so you know that you can't afford to have him get any more fouls.
So Olani will go for his 46 and 47 free throw of the season after we send it back to Ken Furman and Kyria Moore. The score right now here at IFCU Arena for Stony Brook men's basketball, the Brown Bears 25, the Stony Brook Seawolves 24, with 3:49 remaining left to go in the first. Guys, it's back to you.
Thank you, Jim. Here's some more updates on America East men's basketball scores. Earlier today, Binghamton versus Boston University in a game of 84, with a game of a final score of 84-79. That game went into overtime with Boston University scoring 9, but Binghamton doing a good job of scoring 14 points to make the total score of 79 Boston and 84 Binghamton. UMass Lowell also faced St. Francis Brooklyn and dominated in the second half with a final score of 94 UMass Lowell and 63 St. Francis Brooklyn. In America East standings so far, we have Stony Brook at the top with an overall record of 6 wins and 3 losses. Vermont not far from Stony Brook with a record of 6 wins and 4 losses. New Hampshire right behind with 5 wins and 4 losses. Hopefully, Stony Brook keeps it up with the records as we get into the season with more conference games. UCLA is still kicking it underway versus CSU Northridge with the score of 20 and 7 in NCAA women's basketball. UCLA is still undefeated. Let's see if they can keep this up during this game. North Florida is also facing off against Indiana with the score of Indiana 25 and North Florida 15 in the second half. Now we're back, bringing it back to Jim and Zach in the arena.
Thank you very much, Kyria. And 3:49 left to go here in this first half. Brown up by 1 with Stony Brook Seawolves by a score of 25-24. And Semmening Cho picked up his 3rd foul as Elijah Olani will go to the line for 2 free throws. Semmening Cho, their best defensive rebounder and the best defensive rebounder right now in the Ivy League, is on the bench. And coming in for his presence As Elijah Olani misses the first free throw, Jalen Gainey will come in for So Olani has a chance to tie the game now. Now with that free throw, he's 32 of 46 for the year. And now 33 of 47, hovering right around 72%. Tie game here at the Island, 25-25, 3:45 left in the first. Anderson to Cowan. Now here is Anderson left wing, top of the key. Gainley, and defensive foul. Looked like on McKenzie as Cowan was getting possession of him in the post.
It looks like McKenzie was getting a little too far up inside of that player right there, and apparently with that contact he drew, that results in the foul.
So now be Anderson again on the inbound. And he'll give it to Hunsaker in the right corner. Now back to Anderson. Anderson's been quiet, being the top scorer, and Gino Ford's been looking to neutralize him. 13 on the shot clock. Anderson falls down. He'll dump it off to Hunsaker. Now back to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. He'll take a very deep three and can't get the touch. Rebounded by Gee. And Latimer gets the board. Latimer gets the ball. Latimer, top of the key, will dump it off to Foreman. Oh, nice pump fake. He'll take the three from deep and bury it. You book it for him, Mikhail Foreman.
Foreman putting up a show here late in the first half, and he is really getting that job down.
Mikhail Foreman for the Seawolves. He gives them a 28-25 lead, and he's got 8 now for Stony Brook. Here's Anderson driving inside on the right, trying to get underneath, and he is fouled underneath like Mogi got a piece of his arm. And Anderson will go to the line for the first time tonight.
The crowd was getting into it just before because of how Stony Brook's run here late in the first half is giving them a chance to keep it going. But luckily for Geet, that's only his first foul of the night right there. They'll need him to continue to play defense.
Yeah, how about the performance we have seen so far from Mikhail Foreman tonight? He's 2 of 4 from deep. He's now got his 27th and 28th three-pointers of the season. Now going to the line here is Brandon Anderson. Go to the line for 2. The best leading scorer for the Brown Bears. Second in the conference behind Columbia's Mike Smith, who is 0.3 points higher than him, as Anderson makes the first.
So you see with Anderson, he's had success in the last few years with Brown, even though they haven't seen much, but he has been one of those big factors last year that helped Brown push himself to one of its best seasons in program history.
His career high was in the second game of the season against Canisius. He's had a career of 32 points. The second free throw up and good, as he has now got 8 points for Brown, the leading scorer so far for the Bears tonight. 28-27 Seawolves, 2:39 left to go in the first. Foreman going to his left. He'll go inside, and he'll dump it out to Olani at the left wing, deep. Now gives it to Gee. Gee stops and pops top of the key, one-on-one with Gainley. He'll give it to Olani on the right side. Stopped, good defense by David Mitchell. Olani will take the shot over and blocked by Mitchell. He'll give it to, here is McKenzie, no three, and that will be taken by Gainley as they have to rush because the shot clock is winding down to 2, and McKenzie has hoisted a 3 from the left wing with his left hand, it looked like.
Well, he had to do something special, especially when he had something earlier before with that 3.
So Gainley almost lost, so we'll give it back to Anderson. Anderson with his left inside. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell back to Anderson, lost it, now goes to his right. Pull-up jumper from the foul line, and no good. Rebounded by Foreman. That's his first rebound of the night. 28-27 Seawolves, a $1:45 left to go in the first. Olani will give it to Gee. Left block, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson, that's his first board of the night. Anderson will go to his left, into the corner. Cowan for 3 for Brown. Whoa, all but air, rebounded by Gee.
I could tell that was a lot of strength that he tried to put right there, but couldn't.
Olani in transition for 3, you bet. They cannot tame him. Elijah Olani, he's got 15 points now on the game. Only 3 shy of his season average. And Stony Brook takes the lead, 31-27 with a $1:17 left to go in the first.
I guess there's no problem of Gino Ford not having Elijah Olonani on the starting lineup. No difference apparently it would seem right there. So far, the biggest catalyst of the night for Stony Brook and in this game overall, leading the way with 15 points. No surprise, it looks like.
Just remember, he had 18 points in the game against Farmingdale State and only finished with 21. More than likely, if Elijah Olonani continues to explode in the first half the way he does and is consistent throughout the rest of the game, we could be seeing a new season high for the junior out of Newark.
Well, he has been very hot so far. He was part of one of those conference team, I believe it was second team All-American East to start the season, and he has been really good. And as I said, he was Rookie of the Year 2 years ago for a reason, and this is exactly why. One of the best leading players for Stony Brook this season over the last few years, and tonight it's no difference.
Went to Newark Eastside High School. He helped his team to a state championship, as well as 2 county championships, and he averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds in his final year as a senior. So this guy can ball overall. As the ball will roll to Anderson as he gets it from half court. Anderson going to his right into the cup attacking. He'll dump it off last second to Hunsaker and taken away by Phillip. And let's see, will this be a clear path? More than likely looks like a Hunsaker fouled Pierre Phillip. And it will be a 1-and-1 for the Seawolves as Brown is over the foul limit.
In the bonus they are. That was their 7th foul of the first half, so that is why it's going to be that way, as you said right there.
So Tavian Pierre-Philip will go to the line for the Seawolves. Only missed 1 so far in the year. He's 6 of 7 at 85.7%. One of the best in the team. The first is up and gets it. 32-27 and $1:10 left to go in the first. Pierre-Philip gets his first bucket of the night. And more than likely has the highlight of the night with that run-down block of Brennan Anderson earlier in the first half. And he makes the second free throw.
All part of the momentum that Stony Brook has been establishing here late in the first half. Don't forget, down 20-10 and on a 23-7 run ever since then.
Anderson will take it. Now gives it to Howard. Howard driving inside. Now he'll dump it back up to Hunsaker. Hunsaker looking for the screen. Hunsaker taking it to the cup. Loses it. Give it back to Anderson inside and taken away by Olani. Numbers here for the Seawolves. Olani will take it to the cup and lays it up when there's a foul as Hunsaker tried to draw a charge. It looked like he was inside the restricted area, not set.
Well, it looks like it wasn't going to be called a... It wouldn't have been the 2 points if Olani would have made that. It wouldn't have been counted anyway because the refs waited it off. But it will send Olani back to the free throw line.
So Olani will go back to the line, looking for his 16th and 17th point of the first half. And again, a questionable call. Looks like that was in the process of shooting. But over the foul limit, Olani going to the line for 1. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Howard.
Olani having a little trouble here. He is 1 for 3 from the charity stripe in the first half. He needs to try and get more here if they hope to keep Stony Brook where they are.
Josh Watts comes back in for the Bears along with Matt DeWolf. Hunsaker has it. He'll take another 3 and back iron, no good. Rebounded by Olani. And for Olani, that is his 3rd board.
The 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Stony Brook is going to hold it here for as long as they can.
So here's Foreman, the transfer out of Tennessee Chattanooga. 10.2 points per game there. 10 on the shot clock, 13 on the game clock. Foreman going to his left. He'll take a 3 off a screen, can't get it to go. And rebounded by DeWolf. DeWolf's got to hold on to it. They'll give it to Hunsaker. 3, 2, 1. Hunsaker, did he get it off in time? No, he did not. And that will do it for this first half. The Seawolves take a 6-point lead over the Brown Bears, 33-27. Elijah Olani, the culprit so far for the Seawolves, has a little under half of Stony Brook's 33 points with 15. As for Brown, it's been Brandon Anderson who has been doing much of the dirty work with 8 points for the Brown Bears on only 3 of 9 shooting. But the real story so far for Brown and the concern is the possible playing time of Temening Cho.
Well, because of the 3 fouls that he has had so far in this first half, that's definitely going to play a big difference in the second half.
All right, so back here at IFCU Arena, and so far for the Stony Brook Seawolves, they're up 33-27 right now, and they have been solid so far after being down 20-10 early in that first half, and they have been solid to close off that first half on a 23-7 round, outscoring the Brown Bears by 16 after being down by 10 at most. And Zach, right now, the stories, there's 2 of them going on right now, 1 for each side. Stony Brook's Elijah Olani, only 7 points shy of a new season high, and for the Brown Bears, the concern, the foul trouble right now for their leading defender and second leading scorer, Temeneng Cho.
Well, as of right now, it seems like the momentum is shifting towards Stony Brook because you can see what it's like, as far as you said, with Elijah having a great game so far, and with Brown possibly being down one of their leading rebounders because of the foul trouble that he's in right now. So let's see if this type of momentum can keep Stony Brook where they are, or if Brown's going to try and find another way to respond by using Brian Anderson.
And we said it earlier in the show, Stony Brook has a 4-3 series lead against the Brown Bears dating back to 2000. Stony Brook had a 77-64 lead a little under a year ago when they went to Brown and beat them by 13 points with 2 players that are no longer on the team in Akwasi Yeboah and Jerron Cornish. But we got 20 minutes left to go before we determine a winner, and Stony Brook up 6 points right now. And still no blocks yet from Jeff Ucheri. He's been quiet so far today in this game, only a little over 7 minutes of action with 1 rebound, no foul surprisingly, and one of his shots were blocked. He has no points so far through 20 minutes of play.
Well, Cherry figures he's trying to keep himself on pace with trying to go with the defense, and as he said, with how many blocks he has so far? None?
0.
He doesn't have none. So he's still looking to try and help be that big blocker in that way. He's still 4 blocks shy of 100, so he needs to look to try and keep things going if he hopes to help Stony Brook keep the lead.
So Joshua Howard will inbound it for the Brown Bears. For Brown, Anderson, Howard, Hunsaker, Cho will come back in, and Matt DeWolf, so the original starters in for the Bears, and the original starters are in for the Seawolves. And a nice pass, and nice Gee with the block, his second of the game. And inside here is Garcia, and he'll stop it, and he'll give it to Foreman. Now top of the key. Oh, here's Olani from deep, you bet! How about Elijah Olani? He's got 18, his 5th 3 of the game.
And 4 points away from that career high of his.
Season high. Career high was 30, and he did it in that playoff game. Now here is Cho from deep from the wing, and he converts. 36-30, Stony Brook with 19:15 left to go. Threes are flying so far in this game. A lot of them are going in as well. 33s have been attempted, 12 have been made combined.
The foul called on Miles Latimer. That's going back to Brown after Latimer lost control of the ball. It was taken back by Anderson, and the fight for it, that was a foul.
So 19:06 remaining. 36-30, Stony Brook, and Brown will get the ball. Hunsaker will inbound right in front of Gino Ford. And he'll dump it off to Anderson. Anderson will dump it back to Hunsaker. Now right wing Cho. Cho looking inside, and a foul was called again. And looks like it's on Latimer again, and it is. 2 fouls in like 5 to 6 seconds, and he's got no points yet for the sophomore out of Fairfax, Virginia.
I find that to be a bit odd right there that he would be quickly fouled like that.
So Cho will inbound. He'll go up top to DeWolf. DeWolf be contested by Garcia. Now here's Hunsaker, top of the key. Into the corner to Howard. Now inside Cho. Cho going up with the left, and that was too easy. Right around Olani. And Cho for him now. He's got double figures with 12. 36-32, Stony Brook. Latimer, top of the key. Here's Garcia for 3, and he responds. His first 3 of the night with a chrome to the dome. Carmelo Anthony action to celebrate. 7-point game for the Seawolves, 39-32, and Garcia's got 4 points.
Gotta love the action that Garcia is able to contribute with.
Now top of the key, Cho again. Cho will drive towards the left side, inside again, and no good. Rebounded up top by Howard. Howard lost it and taken away as Foreman has possession for Stony Brook. Good defense inside after Brown getting an offensive board. Foreman has it, and they'll call a timeout.
Well, it seems like Foreman seems a little off a little bit. It seems like he may have been hit a little, but it looks like he's just taking a moment, especially for his team, to try and regain their composure.
Well, we've seen Cho get hit in the face, Taven Pierre-Philip get in the face. It's a physical game so far out there. Basketball is a physical game alone, and Foreman's going to go, well, not to the locker, but he'll be checked way behind the bench, as we see it here on the replay. So we'll take a quick break here from IFCU Arena. We'll send it back to Kent Furman and Kyrie Moore for a short update. 18:04 left to go in this game. Stony Brook up 39-32. Elijah Olani, 18 points, 4 shy of his season high. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jim. Ken Furman alongside Kyrie Moore here for some second half updates for you guys here in the WSB Sports Studio. As we said at the half, Vermont over Towson 26-16 with UAlbany ahead of Bucknell, just about enter their halftime after the late start. They're ahead 32-21. We've seen Amada Clark step up with 11 points for the Great Danes. And some men's basketball action here. Overtime for Utah State and Fresno State. Utah State ranked 25th, just 1 point ahead, 66-65. 139 more to go left in this contest so far. Nate Grimes stepped it up for Fresno with 22 points and 10 rebounds for his double-double, while Sam Murrell dropped 24 points and grabbed 8 boards as well. At halftime, number 2 Kansas stomping over number 20 Colorado. They're ahead 34-22. And number 13 Oregon up over Hawaii 42-34 with 17:06 left in the second half. On some quick women's basketball scores here. Number 11 UCLA ahead 29-17 over CSU Northridge, 9:48 left in the third. And number 14 Indiana up over North Florida 35-24. Seen Brenda Wise, really an all-star caliber player, stepping up for Indiana. She has 15 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple steals to her name. Now looking into some more college football action, Virginia scored a touchdown. This was touchdown earlier. They have the ball, 6:36 left in the first quarter. They're down 7-6 against number 3 ranked Virginia. The final score here, LSU Tigers win 37-10. And finally, as I said earlier, Oklahoma defeats Baylor to win the Big 12 title. They win 33-20. And with that, we'll send it back to Zach Wilson and Jim Ferchland.
As the buzzer sounds, you know Ken Furman's going to bring it back quickly. Good job, Ken. Good updates in that Georgia game, a blowout, as LSU wins by 27. There's room for Oklahoma now in that FBS championship. McGee will give it to Olani inside. Olani looking for a 20-burger. Yes, he gets it. He's got 20 of the 41 points for the Stony Brook Seawolves. 41-32 Stony Brook.
And 10 points away from tying his career high.
8 points now shy. He's had 28 against Hartford last year on February 2nd. And that still resulted in a loss. Now here's DeWolf inside and almost taken away by O'Cherry. And DeWolf banks it up the glass with a hook from about 6 feet away on the center of the paint.
Well, good job working it through against that tough defense at Stony Brook. It was off the glass and seems like it was a pretty good shot.
Gee up and in, and then no, it was off the glass. And here comes Brown, and it went off of, can't tell who it was. It went off of Brown last, and it'll go back to Stony Brook. Hunsaker put it behind his back, looked like it went off his elbow, went off the scorer's table, so Stony Brook will take possession again.
Looks like some type of miscommunication happened right there. He was expecting somebody to be behind him to make that catch, but it looks like it wasn't.
And DeWolf on that last bucket, that's his first bucket of the night. Now Latimer on the wing, now driving it towards the top of the key, almost taken away. He'll take the jumper, can't get it to go. Deep rebound, taken by Hunsaker. Hunsaker in transition, he'll dump it off to Anderson. Anderson with the floater inside, can't get it. Rebounded there and by O'Cherry. Now here is numbers for the Seawolves. Here is Foreman. Foreman goes top of the key to the left side in the corner. Here's Garcia for 3. Yes, it goes!
And how about that double-digit lead first time night for Stony Brook, and Garcia unleashing another one from beyond the arc.
Garcia, 2 of 2 from deep. He's got 7, and Stony Brook up 10, 44-34, 16-34 left, and then taken away by the Seawolves. And they'll stop it here, so here's Olani on, he'll give it to Foreman. Foreman from the wing, a deep 3! Can't get the roll off the front rim, and no good. Rebounded by Brandon Anderson of Brown. Anderson, he'll take a 3 in transition. In and out, no good. And last touch there by Mitchell, but is Foreman with the board. Foreman, top of the key, will give it to Olani, left wing. Top of the key, Latimer. Latimer looking to his right. He'll go and dump it off to Foreman again. Foreman was going to win the carry. Crossover, creating space with the shot. Can't get it to go. And a foul inside. Looked like Anderson hip checked Latimer on the rebound. And it'll stay with the Seawolves. And a whole new shot clock for Stony Brook coming up, as we have a short timeout here. And
their immediate timeout.
This will be another media timeout. So Ken and Kyria, your work is quick but short, but we have to send it back to you. 10-point lead for the Stony Brook Seawolves with 15:43 left to go. And Elijah Olani are with 20 of Stony Brook's 44 points. The Seawolves up 10, looking to make this a 5-3 series in favor of Stony Brook. Stony Brook up on Brown by 10, 44-34. Kyria and Ken, back to you. KK.
Thanks, Jim and Zach. A little update on the 2019 Division I Women's Volleyball Champions second round, with Townsend facing against Penn State. In the first set, Townsend scored 25, with Penn State with 22, giving Townsend the winning edge in that first set. Second set, Townsend scored 20, had a final score of Townsend 16 and Penn State with 25, with Penn State having a win on that set. And for the third set, Penn State brought it home once more, as the final score for that set was 25 for Penn State and Townsend with 17. We had some big heavy hitters in that game. From Townsend, we had 16 kills from Emily Jerome and 10 kills from Sylvia Grassini. From Penn State, we had 14 from outside hitter Joni Parker and 10 kills from Caitlin Horde. Keeping it up with some NBA scores, Cleveland Cavaliers are still being defeated by the 76ers with a score of 49-24. The Knicks are not ahead, as the Pacers are up 39-36. We'll see how that kicks underway a little later for the Knicks. The Suns and the Rockets kick it off in the first half, with the Rockets scoring 2 points by Danielle House Jr., with the Suns not on the board yet. Throwing it back to Jim and Zach in the IFCU Arena.
Thank you, Kyria. Inbounding it here is Latimer, and a foul inside, and that was on Jeff O'Cherry. Here's first foul of the game. And that's very unusual to see Jeff O'Cherry finish a first half with no fouls.
Well, the fact that he has had foul trouble last season, it shows that he's been trying to do his best to rectify that problem.
So that's his first foul. He has yet to get a bucket on the board. And yet a block too, and now a foul on the body of Andrew Garcia, trying to guard Tammany Cho. And for Garcia, that's his third foul of the game. And here comes Mo Gee and Jordan McKenzie. And it looks like Gee will come in and check out Garcia. And McKenzie waiting to see. Looks like Ford will halt him for now, and he will, as Hunsaker gets it from Mitchell. Hunsaker to the elbow. Here is Cho. Cho on Gee on him. Cho will give it to Hunsaker. Hunsaker around, find Cho in the corner for three. In and out, no good. That was from the wing, rebounded by Latimer.
Almost thought that was blocked right there, but nearly had a chance to go in, so
it's a contested shot. And now another offensive foul, and that will go on Stony Brook, and I believe that was on Latimer. That's his third foul in the second half.
Yeah, Stony Brook's getting into a little bit of foul trouble here, as they have two players with 3 fouls.
And 2 more fouls so far. Only 5 minutes of action already. 5 team fouls. 2 more, and they will be in the penalty for the rest of the game. So Anderson gets it after a double team from McKenzie and Foreman on the inbound. Stony Brook still up 10, 44-34 as a kickball is called. 15:07 left to go. Stony Brook right now the best team in the America East according to their record. No non-conference games have been played yet.
First conference game will be played early in January when Stony Brook takes it to Maine.
Cho. Guarded by Gee. Cho going inside, had to dump it off inside, and Gee with the block, his third. And it'll go back to the Seawolves. There was a skirmish for the ball. It was between Gee and Cho along with Anderson. Looked like Anderson touched it last, possibly.
Great defense from the Seawolves right there, and Gee making another huge block on the play, working in a big one. He just knew how to get that job down.
And Gee, he's the only player for the Seawolves with blocks. And they're all 3 of them going to Mo. O'Cherry, top of the key. Pierre Philip, right wing, going inside. Now back to the top. Nope, giving inside. Here is Guy with show on him. Guy back to Pierre Philip. Philip going around the screen, trying to give Pierre Philip some space. Philip gives it back to Guy. Guy driving inside. Tries to dump it off. O'Cherry in the poster! Over Gailey and Cho. And O'Cherry's first buckets of the night are a thunderous two-handed slam.
Great power right there for O'Cherry, known for his dunks this season in that regard. Just likes to help.
46-34, Stony Brook. Now a lob back to Gainey, and that is a turnover as Anderson threw it a little too far away from Gainey. He had no chance of getting it.
Yeah, Seawolves continuing to roll away with how they've been able to play phenomenal here after being down by as much as 10 in the first half. Now has a 12-point lead, and with the ball, and Elijah Onani comes in for Mikhail Foreman.
So Foreman will take a seat, and also Cho will take a seat as well. David Mitchell comes back in the game, and Perry Cowan come back into the game for the Brown Bears. 14 minutes left to go in this game. Stony Brook up 12, 46-34. And a charge called on Jordan McKenzie as it was Brandon Anderson getting in great position there to draw the foul. And that's the second foul for Jordan McKenzie.
Well, it's unfortunate right there for McKenzie. You know how he's been trying to do his best to help tonight. You don't want him getting into foul trouble either.
Right now on the floor, Taven Pierre-Philip and Elijah Olani are the only two players on Stony Brook right now to not foul that are on the floor. Mitchell in the corner for three. That was beauty. And Mitchell knocks it down from deep. Doesn't really get a lot of playing time. It's 46-37, Stony Brook. Top of the key, O'Cherry. O'Cherry would dump it off to Guy. Guy on the right wing. Now here is Olani on the right block. Olani with Cowan. Pull-up jumper, step away, and it's good. That was vintage Kobe Bryant right there. And we have a new career high, a new season high for Elijah Olani with 22 points.
And 8 away from his career high.
And it was an air ball from Anderson on three, rebounded by guess who? Oanahi. Oanahi has it. He'll give it to Guy. Guy behind the back, almost lost it with Gainley on him. Here is Philip orchestrating. Philip dishing to McKenzie and finds Philip inside. Philip fouled by Hunsaker on the gather, but I think it will be on the floor.
And it was on the act of shooting. It looked like as the ref may have initiated, so that'll send him to the free throw line. Or is that something else? No, Pierre Philip will go to the free throw line.
So the second team foul and 2 free throws coming from the Long Island native out of Baldwin High School. Freshman out of Freeport. The first free throw up and can't get it. His first free throw missed the night. He's 2 of 3 now.
Looks like it rattled around a little bit until it went off the mark.
So now he is 8 of 10 now so far on the season. Played 1 year at Christ the King before finishing his high school career at Baldwin. He averaged 25.7 rebounds and 4 assists in his senior year under head coach Darius Burton. And the second free throw is good by Pierre-Philippe.
Back to Stony Brook's longest lead of the game. They're up by 12.
Here's Anderson, right, lost it, and Cowan got it back. Hunsaker into the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell top of the key to Cho. Cho on the left elbow will dump it off to Hunsaker, looking for the 3, nothing there. Here is Cowan back on the block. Mismatch on Pierre-Philip. Good defense as they keep their hands up. The Seawolves going underneath, and it cannot finish. There is Cho, and last to touch it was Stony Brook. It will stay with Brown.
Off the rim, it would seem, so that's going to reset the shot clock.
Mike Martin looking for an explanation, but it will stick with Brown regardless. And Anderson will be the inbounder underneath the basket. He'll give it to Cho. Cho, left, now top of the key. Hunsaker, a deep 3 from the top of the key, and he is fouled by Pierre-Philippe on the gather. And it will be Hunsaker going to the line for 3 free throws.
Well, luckily enough for Stony Brook that Hunsaker didn't get that one. Otherwise, he would have had a chance at a 4-point play. But he may as well hope that this was a worst-case scenario.
And Hunsaker is practically automatic from the line. He is 18 of 19 on the year at 94.7%. It rattles in the first one. There's an even 95% on the year for Hunsaker.
Second one goes in.
Second one is good. Hunsaker for the third one, the Utah native, and he makes all three, and it's a single deficit game now for the Brown Bears. They cut it to 9, and for Hunsaker, that was his 8 points now on the game.
Able to
Checking
play
in will be Josh Watts, the freshman. McKenzie, orchestrating, will give it up to Oshefu, left elbow. Now inside, Olani, 24, no good. Gets the offensive rebound and the putback. Great timing and execution there by Elijah Olani. He's limping as he gets back on defense.
And Elijah Olani continuing to play very tough here in this game. Knows how to play his bets in hard out.
51-40 inside Anderson. Oh, what a pass to Cowan in the corner, right in front of Brown's bench, and it's way off. And Pierre Phillip with the rebound. Here is Pierre Phillip in transition, and he'll stop, and he'll regather himself. We'll dish it off to Olani in the corner to Guy. Guy on the right corner, give it back to Olani. Olani on the post. Give it to Oshefu with the elbow. Guy will take a three from deep, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell for Brown. Anderson passes the time while Anderson going with the left side up and reverse, can't get it. Put back dunk by Cho.
And I think we got a technical foul.
Really? Did they really give Tamanagan Cho a technical? He hung on that rim for maybe a second and a half. And if I'm Mike Martin, I'm looking for an explanation on how that's a technical too. Or is it a timeout?
Oh, I almost thought that it looked like that because there was a T called up by Brown. It looks like it may actually been a timeout. My mistake right there.
It could have been a technical. It didn't look like it, but Brown's going to have basically their timeout basically on almost near center court. But we'll keep it here actually for a little bit. So 11:21 left to go here in this game. And Stony Brook up 51-42. And Tamanagan Cho, he's the leader so far for Brown. 14 points so far in this game. And Brandon Anderson, he's got 8 points and really has been neutralized by the defense that Gino Ford has provided for that Stony Brook backcourt.
Well, you know how it's really been getting this tough so far here in the second half, and all that pressure that Stony Brook is trying to ease off and trying to put on Brown right there. It's a pretty close game still, but Stony Brook still trying to take command here. They're trying to keep it where they are right now.
Now, I'm pretty sure we said this earlier, but the last game for Brown that was played was back on Wednesday, and that was the 4th of December. And they beat down Merrimack, a new Northeast Conference team, their first year in the Division I era. And back on November 8th, the Merrimack Warriors traveled to Chicago to play the Northeastern Wildcats and upset Northwestern by not like a close game, by double figures by 10, 71-61. And Brown just got a win last Wednesday in an 82-55 victory for the Bears.
So with Brown, as I said, they're trying to come off one of their best seasons in program history. They're currently 5-3 overall right now, so maybe probably implementing that they could have had a good shot at taking down Northwestern. As you can tell right here this season, they've been doing a good job at it.
I agree, and it's been a solid year so far for Brown as we see it. And, you know, it just looks like it's going to possibly be another one if they can get 20 wins. But you look at Yale, Princeton, Penn. Yale was a really tough team, and Stony Brook played them in overtime in their home opener and lost by 5. And still, that was a great game from Olani, too, at 19.
So as we come out, I was correct the first time. It was a technical foul called. And it looks like that technical foul was called
on Cho.
Well, he already has 3, now makes it 4 now.
Unless it was a technical foul on someone else. But yeah, it does say 3 fouls still for Cho. And Foreman makes the technical. And it's double-digit game again, 52-42 Stony Brook. And Foreman will inbound it as Brown will bring a full-court press now.
Well,
Pierre Phillip has it.
Brown getting a little testy here. They're down by double digits. They're trying to keep themselves within this game. So you would imagine how they're trying to get their defense rolling.
A little over 11 minutes left to go. 10-point lead for the Seawolves. Here's Foreman. Now give it to Pierre Phillip. Now back to Foreman. Inside, Guy. Guy will dump it off to Olani inside, and he is fouled. Hard. and he'll go to the line. Looks like Mitchell fouled him.
Right there with Alani, you showed just how he's trying to get himself on a big full press right there. So Alani going back to the free throw line. Hasn't been successful so far tonight, but he is trying to get more. He is 6 points away from his career high.
5 points away from a new career high and 4 away from tying it, but he can get his 25th and 26th if he's able to convert these free throws.
Well, it's not just about his career high, it's also about keeping Stony Brook up by double digits at this point.
As well. And in and out everywhere, but at the bottom of the cylinder. Rim, backboard, back iron, couldn't get it to go. 1 of 4 now for the junior out of Newark, New Jersey from the foul line.
Well, now he is 5 for 8 here, trying to get his 6th free throw of the night. And
gets it.
So 25 points on the night for Elijah Olanai as Stony Brook is back up by 11.
53-42 in favor of the Seawolves. Anderson dump it off to Gainey. Gainey will dump it off to Hunsaker. Hunsaker loses the ball. Here's Pierre Phillip. Showtime! Got it in the dunk!
And
the ref's going to stop because Hunsaker looks like he's down. He may need to come out for this game. Well, for the remainder of action right now.
Well, he has 3 fouls so far despite getting 8 points. It looks like Hunsaker is going to stay in. Just giving Hunsaker a moment to keep himself poised.
Fair call by the officials, but Pierre Phillip, now he's got 4 points now on the night. Well, 5 actually, 5 points for the freshman. And we heard Gino Ford wants to really utilize him as a part of their scheme for offense and defense. Top of the key, Gainey trying to go inside, and a foul will be called inside on Brown, on Cho. That's his 4th. And if you're Mike Martin, you have to take out Cho, and he will, and David Mitchell will come right back in to substitute the former Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. Foreman passed the timeline. A little over 10 minutes left to go. 55-42, Stony Brook. Foreman, top of the key. Give it to Ochefu. Checks back in. Ochefu looking for Gee inside. Now here is Olani again. Step back jumper in the post. Can't get it. Rebounded by Mitchell for Brown. Now into the hands of Anderson. Do the Brown have numbers? Anderson taking it to the cup with the left hand. Can't get it. Rebounded by Olanihi. And Olanihi's got 6 boards now. Going inside, it was Foreman. Couldn't finish it, and Mitchell will get it. Give it to Watts. Watts will take it. He'll dump it off to Mitchell. Mitchell inside pump fake. And almost a block by Gee, but he is fouled by Gee on the right side. And Mitchell will go to the line for free throws. And here's an interesting thing for David Mitchell in the home opener at Bryant. Season high 11 points. Did not miss a single shot. 4 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the foul line in 25 minutes of action, along with 8 rebounds. As Mitchell getting the bounce, 2 bounces off the back iron, high, almost hit the shot clock, and it goes in. 55-43, and for Mitchell, that's his 4th point of the night. He's averaging a little under 2 points a game. And gets the 2nd. Joshua Howard will come in, will check back in. Josh Watts, the freshman, will take a seat for Brown. Howard, the 6'6" forward out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Olanihi will get it. Garcia back in the game, top of the key. Hunsaker on him. Give it back. Olanihi for 3 from the wing. Yes, it's good! He's tied his career high with 28 points. And the Stony Brook Seawolves have a 58-44 lead with 9:20 left to go in this game.
This is definitely a very special night for Alani. What a performance he has been having.
Anderson looked like he was blocked by Garcia on the layup inside. And here is Foreman going the lob to Ocheri. Ocheri caught the lob as Gee was looking for the dunk. And that would be a travel on Ocheri. And if Gee caught that ball, that would have been one of the most incredible dunks that I have ever seen in this building.
We haven't seen anything that big since Jameel Warney's been doing that for Stony Brook. Everybody remembers how well he's been able to work on his dunks, especially one-handed.
So Guy was looking for the dunk, but Ocheri caught the ball before Guy's path. So Ocheri turned the ball over, and that would have been one of the biggest highlights of the season so far for the Seminoles in this building. Anderson crossover, great corner pass. Howard for three in front of Brown's bench, and it's good. Joshua Howard's got 6 now on the game. It's an 11-point lead for the Seals, 58-47, with 8:47 left to go. Latimer, Foreman wide open from the wing, trying to retaliate, and it's good!
And Foreman knows how to take shots down the arc right there, as Brown will call a timeout.
Foreman trying to really get this crowd into it, and with that 3, he is in double figures with 12. So Foreman and Olani combining for 40 of Stony Brook's 61 points. This is going to be a quick timeout, so we'll keep it here again. 61-47 Seminoles with 8:39 left to go in this one. But wow, what a game in the second half. The Seminoles have really capitalized from 3 very accurately. For the first half, they shot the ball 7-15 from deep. From 3, they are 12 of 22 from deep, shooting at almost a 55% clip. That is impressive.
Very impressive indeed. This has really been a big show for Stony Brook today. They came into this game with high hopes to keep things going after a win over Manhattan, and tonight they continue to light it up. And Olani, I've been telling you how hot he's been, and I'm definitely not wrong.
Olani, the last time he put up 28 points was against Hartford on February 2nd. That was actually a little under 10 months ago, where it was December 7th now, and it was happened on February 2nd, 2019. Anderson will get it from Cho as he passes the timeline. Cho, well, Anderson gets to the right side. Howard top of the key. Hunsaker left wing, and here's Cho. Cho's got to be careful. One more foul, and he's done. He'll give it to Howard. Howard has it, looking for Cho again. Good defense here by the Seminoles. Here's Anderson. Anderson going all the way to the left side, underneath the bucket, nothing there. Picked up his dribble. He's in between a rock and a hard place, and Cho's got it. Able to keep it just in front. 4 on the shot clock. Cho's going to pull a deep 3. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Anderson. Anderson loses it. It's a kick ball, and will go back to Brown. And it was between Foreman and Olanahi in transition.
Close for Stony Brook to get it back right there. It's just been really something of a show that defense has been putting up with so far. They continue to stay up by double digits.
Anderson gets it from Cho inside. Now watch out for Cho here. He's got 4. That was a travel. No call was made. Cho underneath. Oh, good pass to find DeWolf for the easy bucket.
DeWolf going around it. He kept his distance away from the defenders right there to make that layup look easy.
Cho draws the double team and found DeWolf underneath. No one covering him on the right-handed layup. And for DeWolf, he's got 6. Now here's Latimer inside with a mismatch. Gets it over Anderson, and he makes it. First bucket of the night from Miles Latimer. A rare feat that you would see from him, not really scoring, but he's also got 3 fouls. 63-49 Seminoles, and Hunsaker hurt again, but this ankle is turned, and the refs will give him some more time. Hunsaker goes down again, and he is definitely not 100%. And they will take another timeout. This looks like it's an ankle, because that definitely twisted as he tried to stop on the pivot, and the ankle gave out.
You can see the team coming around him, trying to show support the best they can.
So this time we'll send it back to Ken and Kyria for a short update. The Seminoles up on top of the Brown Bears, 63-49, 7:22 left to go in this game. And Elijah Olani has tied his career high with 28 points. Ken and Kyria, back to you.
Thank you, Jim and Zach. Back here in the WUSB Sports Studio for another update. Let's take a look at some college basketball action here in the NCAA. Focusing back on some America East gameplay here. Let's take a look at that UAlbany and Bucknell game. And UAlbany's up on Bucknell 43-31 with 14:06 left in the second half. We've seen Ahmad Clark step it up, 15 points, couple rebounds. Avi Toomer with 13 points of his own for Bucknell. For the Catamounts, they're ahead of the Towson Tigers, 37-32. Steph Smith with 21 points on the heels of Elijah Olani trying to set his career high. Steph with 21 points, 3 rebounds. While for Towson, it's Dennis Tunstall with 3 points, but 5 boards. Still Vermont up 37-32. And back to some top 25 action now with men's basketball. Number 2, Kansas ahead of number 20, Colorado, 46-34. Oregon, ranked 13th, up on Hawaii, 66-49. 7:37 left in the second half. We've seen Peyton Pritchard keep up his dominant performance that he's been delivering so far through the top half of the season. He has 18 points, 1 assist, shy of a double-double. Some final scores for here. Number 3, Maryland pulls out the tie contest against Illinois. They win 59-58 off of Cohen's deep 3 to end the game. Meanwhile, number 6 ranked Ohio State plummeted Penn State 106-74. We saw Caleb Wesson, one of the several players that earned double-digit points. He got 28 and 10 rebounds. And with that, we'll send it right back to Island Federal Credit Union Arena with Jim Ferchland and Zach Wilson for the conclusion of this men's basketball action. It was between Stony Brook and Brown.
Thank you, Ken, very much. Welcome back to IFCU Arena, home of the Stony Brook Seawolves, as Stony Brook has a 63-49 lead over the Brown Bears. And what a night has been for the junior Elijah Olani. 28 points, and he has been an absolute revelation for Gino Ford's offense. Here's Cho, a deep 3, and he trips, and it was Garcia with the rebound. Here's Latimer. Latimer top of the key. He'll stop. He'll give it to Foreman. Foreman has 12. Inside here is Latimer back to the top of the key. O'Cherry will give it to Latimer, dump it off. Garcia drives in, finding Latimer wide open in the corner for 3. Book it. Right in front of Stony Brook's bench, and that's the Miles Latimer we're accustomed to seeing. He's got 5.
Now Latimer getting more involved in the game, and Stony Brook now has a 17-point lead. Same score that they beat Manhattan by on Monday.
65-47, that was the lead, the win for Stony Brook over Manhattan. But still, a big deficit for the Seawolves. Howard gets it on the putback, can't finish it. And last to touch it was Stony Brook. Stay back to Brown. 66-49 right now, Stony Brook. 6:29 left to go in the game.
Well, isn't that something? I mean, like Stony Brook, I believe it was a 66-49 victory for Stony Brook against Manhattan on Monday.
Pretty sure 65-47. But still, Stony Brook gets another win in their season column. Non-conference. Zach, I'm waiting for you to look at me at the score because we have some time.
And you're right.
65-47. It's okay.
But if anything, it's very close to how it was on Monday, and it's only 6.5 minutes left to go in this game.
Cho will inbound, looking for Anderson in the corner. He will give it to him. Anderson be contested hard, and a foul be called on Latimer, and that's his 4th.
Well, no wonder that the player lost the ball right there. It seems like a little contact was drawn right there. Need to take it easy for him.
So subs from both teams coming in. Latimer will come out, McKenzie will come in, DeWolf will come out, and Mitchell will come in for Brown. Going to the line, Anderson. And Stony Brook has 19 fouls. 1 more, and Brown will have free throws fully for the rest of the game. First one up for Anderson. Back iron, no good. Strong rebound by O'Cherry.
Cherry with no blocks tonight, but with the rebounds he's been producing so far, that's the next best thing.
Here is inside O'Cherry with Howard on him. O'Cherry, he definitely traveled. And that is another turnover for the Bronx native, Jeff O'Cherry. He'll come out. And coming in back, Mogi for the Seawolves.
Mogi having the blocks tonight.
Yeah, he's got 3 and 1 for Taven Pierre-Philip. Here, a good spin move by Cho, and Cho gets the layup.
He nearly had a hand on the ball right there, but as you said with Cho, he was able to lead one furious.
Here comes the press for Brown at 66-51. Stony Brook, 5:51 left to go. Olani has it, be contested by Mitchell. Olani's got to watch out for the backcourt line. He'll dump it off to Foreman. Top of the key, Gee. Olani is probably looking for a new career high here. Oh, crossover by Garcia to the cup and lays it in.
That was a very strong play right there. Very pro-like in that regard.
9 points now for Andrew Garcia, the Harlem native. Inside, taken away by this going to be going to Stony Brook as Olani has it. It's going to be a jump ball between Olani and Mitchell.
And they'll stay with Stony Brook on that one as the arrow was in the way, was in Stony Brook's possession.
So stay with Stony Brook. That crossover from Garcia on the last possession was pretty. Left to right and went right to the bucket with the right hand right in front of Cho.
It's all about that defense that Stony Brook has been working in the second half. They've been doing a pretty good job with it so far. And because of that, this offense, it gave room for the offense to play its way.
Olani will come out and Pierre Philp will come back in. Garcia may have traveled and he gave it back to McKenzie. McKenzie being contested by Anderson. Here's McKenzie going towards his left. Good defense here by Anderson. He'll dump it off to Foreman in the wing. 3. You got it. You got a booking for Mikhail Foreman. That's his 4th 3 of the night. He's got 15. 71-51, Stony Brook, their biggest lead of the night. Here is Cowan with the pull-up jumper from the right elbow. And Cowan, he's got his first bucket of the night with 2. Inside, lost it there, was Garcia, but he was fouled by Mitchell with the knee, it looked like.
Well, it seemed like there could have been an opportunity for Brown right there if they didn't commit the foul, but unfortunately for them, that sells the way.
Yeah, Mikhail Foreman. At that 4th 3, he's got 33s now on the year so far. He's 4 of 8 on the night. Here's Garcia. Garcia close to that backcourt line being double teamed. He dumps it off to McKenzie. Back to Garcia. Garcia in the corner. He won't shoot. He'll drive right to the cup. And with the contact, no foul made. Rebound by Cho of Brown. Cho has it. Cho will dump it off deep 3 from Cowan. That's going to be way short. And long rebound by Howard for Brown. Cowan back to Howard in front of Brown's bench. No good. Deep rebound. Up in the air. Volleyball. And getting it is Foreman.
Well, that was
He's
a
got
fun
5
volleyball.
boards now.
That was a fun
15 and 5 along with 3 steals.
Fun game of volleyball right there.
Well, here's Phillip. Here's Guy to the cup, and this is the dunk. But gives it back to Foreman. Guy took off from almost a foul line there and couldn't get enough elevation. 13 on the shot clock. 3:43 left to go. Stony Brook with 18, 71-53. Foreman, 8, 7. Foreman going around the screen. Foreman, 3. A deep 3. Oh, no way, but rebounded by Howard. Anderson may have carried, got away with it, but he's still going with the left hand in front of everybody and is able to lay it over Andrew Garcia with the left hand. And with that bucket for Anderson, he's in double digits with 10. Wide open, here is Garcia on the pass from Foreman. Garcia goes in, dump around, Gee for the easy slam.
And this time he finally finds the dunk.
That time, Gee got it able to go through the cylinder with both hands on the rim. And for Mo Gee, that's his 4th point of the night, 73-55. Stony Brook with just under 3 left to go. Anderson behind the back, one-on-one with McKenzie in the corner. Cho for 3. Yes, it's good. Cho, that's 19 now for him as he gives the Bears 61 points. 73-61. It's not over yet. Well, 73-58. 3 didn't count. 73-58, Stony Brook, 2:49 left to go. This will be another media timeout. We'll send it back to Kyria and Ken for a very short update. 2:49 left to go. A little under 3 minutes left to go before this is all but over. Send it back to you guys back in the studio.
Thanks, Jim. Back in the studio, we have some updates on the NCAA football scores. We have number 3, Clemson versus number 23, Virginia. Clemson is leading with a score of 17 and Virginia with 7. In Ohio State, we have the undefeated Ohio State team down by 7 to the Wisconsin with a score of Wisconsin 7 and Ohio State still not on the board. In NBA scores, we have at the half with Cleveland Cavaliers and the 76ers. Cleveland with a score of 36 and the 76ers ahead with a score of 77. Tristan Thompson has 6 points and 3 rebounds, while Ben Simmons started off strong for the 76ers with 26 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. Back to the New York Knicks. They're down by 6 against the Pacers. The Pacers have 66 points, and the Knicks have 60 points. For the Suns, we have the Rockets versus the Suns in the second quarter, with the Rockets down by 3 with a score of Rockets 32 and Suns 35. Russell Westbrook's doing pretty good with 11 points and 3 rebounds with 3 assists, while Dario Saric for the Suns has 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists for the Suns. At America East basketball it's still going underway as Townsend is down 33 against Virginia with a score of 39 in the second half with 7 minutes and 21 seconds left. Albany off to a good start with a score of 43-39 in the second half with 11 minutes still underway. Throwing it back to Jim and Zach in the arena.
Thank you back, Kyria, for that. If I can set my mic back, there we go. Back here at IFCU Arena, 90.1 FM, WUSB Stony Brook. The Seawolves up on the Brown Bears, 73-58. And Stony Brook is shooting the ball lights out from beyond the perimeter, 14 of 25 from the great beyond. You have Garcia, 2 of 2, Foreman, 4 of 9, and O'Lonahy, a astounding 6 of 8 from the great beyond.
And a full court press for Brown fails right there as a foul will be called on the Bears.
And for Elijah O'Lonahy, he has a new career high in threes too. He had 4 against Hartford in that game that he had 28. So he has a new career high in 3-pointers with 6. So here's Foreman. Now here comes the full court defense from Brown. There's O'Lonahy, who's back in the game, dumped it off to Foreman. Foreman inside. No, Foreman was keep away a little over 2:30 left to go. And they'll try to use as much clock as possible. Foreman with Anderson right guarding him just before the half-court line. Foreman going towards the right. Now back, lost the ball. Here's O'Lonahy to the cup. No look pass, stripped away by Mitchell as Garcia was going up for the layup. But O'Lonahy has a chance to get a new career high here.
Well, he's 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Let's see if they find O'Lonahy in any way. And if he does get the ball, then he's going to have to make a quick attempt.
Here is Foreman, gets it back from Guy Foreman. A tough shot, and it's good.
He has been as dynamic as Elijah O'Lonahy has been tonight with 17 points.
17 for the guy out of Kingsport, Tennessee. And on the foul there was McKenzie as Brandon Anderson was driving to the cup on the right side, and he fell down after a little hip check by Jordan McKenzie. But what a game so far between these two, Mikhail Foreman and Elijah O'Lonahy, the number 1 and number 2 scorers so far. And Mikhail Foreman, we haven't really seen a shooter come off the dribble in a while since Carson Purefoy. But Mikhail Foreman seems to be taking that feat for the Seawolves very seriously.
Well, this is his first full season with Stony Brook, and he has already played very masterfully with the Seawolves in that regard. The junior has been completely unstoppable so far in this game, and O'Lonahy doing the same thing as well. So with Stony Brook up where they are right now, most of their starters still on the field. We'll see if they have any chances to get more shots before 2 minutes are up.
So Anderson made the first free throw. The senior out of Mahwah, New Jersey. Don Bosco Prep High School, not too far away from here. A very good athletic academy in New Jersey. O'Lonahy lost the ball, and Brown will get it back. Here is Anderson, inside crossover, getting the step and putting it off the glass in front of McKenzie. 75-61, and Anderson's got 13. Garcia being doubled, and he's got some trouble, and we have a timeout by Gino Ford. As the official was right next to Gino Ford, and Ford had to call a timeout. And for Stony Brook, they still have 2 more timeouts left to go, the minute 41 left to go. But right now, you see Stony Brook, when that press is coming from Brown, they're going right into the corner. You cannot do that.
Brown's up. Brown's down by 14 with less than 2 minutes to go. It almost seems like Stony Brook is on its way to win, but Brown hasn't accepted that yet.
Not at all. Still with a little over 141 seconds left to go in this game. But still, it's been a great battle from both of these teams. The field goal percentage from these teams have been pretty solid overall. You look at Stony Brook, they're shooting over 51%. Brown, not terrible, a little under 37%. But if you want to talk about the 3-pointers, 50 have flown, 25 each, and 21 have gone down combined from both teams.
Well, you see how much fire is within that section of that.
Stony Brook is only shooting 60% from the free throw line. Well, Brown 10 of 12. And taking it away there was Brown eventually, and they will get it back. Here's Mitchell going inside, and then he double dribbled. You don't really see that a lot in a Division I college game, but you will.
Well, you heard that there was a double dribble earlier in this game, so you probably understand why that can't be
Can't go into the corner. Here's Olani. He has it. And if Brown does foul, they will go to the charity strike. Here is McKenzie going inside. Going back, here's Foreman. They use as much clock as possible. Garcia had an easy layup, passed it back to Foreman. Minute 20 left to go. Keep away, here is Foreman, top of the key. Foreman gets a screen from Garcia. Foreman, cross-court pass, Latimer, easy layup, and gets it on the pump fake.
Well, eating up the clock and getting up a score right there is something that you would love to see from Stony Brook.
He's got 7 now. Up here is Gainley inside and right over Foreman.
It was on the mismatch right there.
And for Jordan Gainey, after that bucket, he's only got 4 points. Had 7 blocks on Wednesday against Merrimack. That tied a school record at Brown. But one last media timeout, more than likely, before we end the conclusion of this game. Stony Brook up 77-63 with 54.7 left to go in this one. We'll send it back to Kyria and Ken for a very short update. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jim and Zach, for one final quick sports update here in the WSB Sports Studio. Confirmed here alongside Kyria Moore as we wrap up some of the scores that are currently happening in the NCAA. As we see in the America East, Vermont over Towson, 4:14 left to go in that contest. The Catamounts are up 49-33. Steph Smith, 23 points at 5 boards. Bucknell came back, keeping it tight with UAlbany now. It's 46-45. Abby Toomer with 18 points. Ahmad Clark still with 12. Some finals from earlier today. Once again, Quinnipiac defeated UNH 75-67 off 36 points from Rich Kelly. Binghamton defeated Boston University 84-79 in overtime. A 40-point performance from Sam Sessions. So really a lot of the key stars stepping it up in the America East today. St. Francis PA defeated UMBC 63-60, with LJ Owens dropping 17 for the Retrievers, but Isaiah Blackman dropping 21 points, 6 rebounds for Pennsylvania. And UMass Lowell stomped over St. Francis Brooklyn 94-63, with Christian Louette 25 points, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. And it's some women's action for the America East, as we said, just some of the top 25 action there. Texas A&M and Oklahoma State at halftime. Texas A&M up 32-28. Final, Indiana, ranked 14th, defeats North Florida 72-45. In the America East, real quick, Harvard beats Maine 69-40. NJIT defeats Hartford 61-52. Siena tops UAlbany 52-46. And Vermont defeats Kansas 76-53. And with that, we'll be sending it back to Jim Ferchland and Zach Wilson for the final time from your WSB Sports Update here in studio. WSB 90.1 FM.
Thank you, Ken. And back here, you can wrap it up this game. And here is the final possession. Here is McKenzie. Will lob it up for a new career high for Elijah Olani. A 30-burger for the junior out of Newark, New Jersey, and a new career high for Elijah Olani. 79-63 Seabolls with under 20 seconds left to go.
You were hoping to see that eventually, and Olani gets himself a career night as he gets the rebound off of Anderson, and that's going to settle the score here.
That is going to end this game as the Stony Brook fans will come home happy. Mikhail Foreman loves it, getting the love from the crowd. As the buzzer sounds, that will do it here from IFCU Arena. The Seawolves advance to 7-3 on the year under the first year of head coach Gino Ford by a final score of 79 63 over the Brown Bears. And what a game, a career night for Elijah Olani. And with that, depending on Christian Lutete's game against UMass Lowell, we may be seeing a new leading scorer in the America East.
Well, the fact is, if anything for Elijah, this was their last game of the week, so I would not be surprised if Elijah Olani gets America East Player of the Week.
Oh, absolutely no surprise there. If that's not the case, I'll be very surprised. But as the moment, Christian Lutete of UMass Lowell, 19.8 points per game. Olani second with 18.6. That average might go up to maybe 20 points a game. We don't know, depending on what Lutete does. But again, Olani racking up the stat sheet tonight, always possible. In 31 minutes of action, 11 of 15 from the field. That's over 73%. 6 of 8 from deep, 75%. However, the foul line was his Achilles heel, 2 of 5. 7 boards, along with 1 assist and 2 steals, in a plus-minus of 30. 30 points and a 30 plus-minus for Elijah Olani. Not only him, Mikhail Foreman, his second best game as a Seawolf. He had 23 against Wagner in the win. He had 34 minutes, 17 points, 4 of 9 from deep, 6 of 13 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. As for Jeff O'Cherry, we did not see any history tonight. Only 2 points, but 1 thunderous poster dunk over Cho, who is the star player defensively for the Brown Bears. No blocks, 2 turnovers, only 1 foul, so that's an achievable feat for the Bronx native. 3 defensive rebounds and only 15 minutes of action. Aside from that, Latimer finished with 7, all in the second half. Andrew Garcia with 9, Mo Gee with 4, Jordan McKenzie with 3 and 19 minutes of action. Taven Pierre-Philip with 5, and Anthony Oshefu with 2. And for the Brown Bears, their leading scorers was Tamaneng Cho with 19, 8 of 17 from the field. Him and Anderson both took 17 shots. Anderson with 5 of 17, 13 of 34 between Brandon Anderson and Tamaneng Cho for 32 points.
Just shows you how everybody got involved tonight for Stony Brook, everybody being a team player. Olani, that main factor. It's just been a really great night for Stony Brook. They're able to put up a lot of great scoring opportunity in this game. Gino Ford, no doubt, happy with his team tonight as they accomplished another huge victory here against the Brown Bears.
Yeah, another big victory against an Ivy League team, the first of the season. They lost to Yale in the home opener here at IFCU Arena, and now Stony Brook, they get their first Ivy League win of the season over the Brown Bears, 79-63. And for Stony Brook, looking like they will be happy with where they land here at home, as their next game will be on Tuesday at Hofstra, the Battle of Long Island. That will be at 7 p.m., 6:55 pregame here. Depending on who's going to be doing that game, we will see. And Brown's next matchup will be they'll also be on Tuesday, and they will play in New York still at St. John's and the Red Storm. And that game will be on Fox Sports 1 at 7 o'clock p.m.